Good morning, Claire here in the Pacific Northwest Puget Sound area, Grow Zone 8B. This week has been a wild, hectic week. We have gone to pumpkin patches, field trips to various places, park play dates, um, basically any opportunity that came across our path, we did it because this is a season where the weather's still nice, it's enjoyable to be outside, and you do not pass up fun opportunities. With that being said, we did an experiment this week where we ate some of our fun little garden weeds, some dandelions. So stay tuned to see what we made with that. And I cannot wait to share our other little tidbits of our life with you, and of course the garden, because there's a lot of growth that's been going on in this last week or so that I'm excited to share with you guys. So come along and join us as we F around and find out what's growing in the garden, what we've been eating, and some of the adventures we've had. I had to show you this strawberry, which is the biggest one that we've had all season, and something's been snacking on it, but I'm still surprised that we're still getting strawberry flowers popping up over here. This is what most of our strawberries have looked like, puny and all seedy and not very big and juicy like this one would have been. Here are our beets. Oh, I keep saying beets. These are radishes. And they've got their second little leaves coming up for most of them, like there. But it looks like something's been munching on these as well. That's kind of annoying. This one's been munched down to the nub. We've got some kale right here. And ew, gross. We've been getting a lot of mushrooms and fungus and stuff growing out of these straw bales. And then spinach. There it is, really, really doing what it should be doing. And then this is what has been coming up in all of the bells. This, I'm not even sure what this is. If there's any mycologists out there who are into fungus, let me know what this is. But it's really like rubbery feeling. It's really, really an interesting texture. But this is our actual beets right here. They're not super duper sprouting up. None of these have gotten like their second leaves yet. And then we still have our broccoli here and more of our fun little fungus friends joining. Here is our Brussels sprouts. And see this gray stuff? Earlier this week it was orange, and I looked it up and it said something about slime fungus. I wasn't sure if it was that or some egg sacs or something. It was kind of weird. This is an F around and find out channel, so I just wanted to see what it would turn out to be. So either we'll have like a bunch of crazy little critters running around, or it's just going to be fungus and kill the plant, or who knows what. But this is still alive. And more of our beets over here. These ones do have some second leaves forming right here. Those are about the only ones. And then we have our arugula. And then this actually looks like a carrot seed, which is funny because earlier in the season I had planted carrots in this bale, and some of them sprouted up, but most of them just died. Here's another one. So maybe some of the seeds stuck around and this is the right kind of temperature for them to do what they need to do. So that will be interesting to see how far this one goes. And here is our garlic. Still sprouting. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm gonna wait probably about another week to plant more garlic to see which ones do okay or the best. And here is our carrot forest that's doing so good. I'm so excited about this. We have our bean plant here and here. And then our peas, which are actually getting tall and where they can start grabbing onto this trellis, hopefully. This is our pumpkin plant, and it's still putting out pumpkin flowers. But I doubt anything will come of it, but it's still fun to see. Got our kohlrabi here, still doing well. Something's been having a little bit of a snack, but not too bad. So hopefully it stays that way. There's another one back there. And there's another littler one. And here my chickens, they're talking to me. And here's whatever this is. I need to Google again. I'm such a procrastinator. I'm just a busy person actually. But these are doing really well. They're having very substantial, sturdy, established little roots and leaves here. They're doing well. And then here is some more radishes that we had planted back here. I think this was the wasabi, and it seems to be doing pretty well too, amongst all this other carpet of who knows what it is. Oh, this kind of looks a little bit carroty right here, and I had put some I want to say parsnips, which I think are kind of carroty, down, and I had just kind of broadcast them in here. So maybe that's what this is right here. That's a little bit exciting to see how far these will go. It's been a minute since I've updated on our front garden, and look at that. I haven't even checked it, but we've got some peas growing on this random pea plant that accidentally fell out here. And then we had some squash or cucumbers that we had planted a while ago, and they're putting out flowers still. I doubt that we'll even get one little fruit off of them. But I just planted bulbs yesterday, and it looks like something may have already dug something up. That's unfortunate. And then here's another little cucumber or squash plant, whichever one, I don't remember. And our last surviving sunflower that didn't get eaten in half, but you know, it is what it is. Here's a little peek of one of the field trips we got to go on to. We got to go to an apple orchard and pick some apples to take home with us, and the kids were really excited about that. We still have some apples that I was hoping to turn into something yummy this week, but it just kind of got away from us. They'll keep for a while. It was an experience that I'm so glad these guys got to go on. And Katana's new favorite word is, "What's that?" And it's the cutest thing ever. Touch it? What's that? Okay, you guys, I have an extraordinary announcement. So a few videos back, I said I did not have a KitchenAid stand mixer. Well, now your girl does. So you will not believe what I got this baby for. She was $30, which means I might as well have gotten her for freaking free, because if you know anything about what these things cost, like a brand spanking new one that's even been like refurbished, so not necessarily new, but new to you from KitchenAid, is about $300 and like $299.99. And even William in Sonoma has one on their website for like $700. So to get one for $30, that I might as well have paid nothing. The catch was that it did not have the attachments or a bowl. And so I had to get that off of Amazon, which I got the attachments and the bowl replacements off of Amazon for about $52. So that means that I got this stand mixer for about $83, which even on Facebook Marketplace, people sell their used ones for like 150, 200, 250, depending on what the model and the color is. So this is just a basic off-white, pretty classic one. And she's so beautiful. I'm so, like, I can't believe this. I've always wanted one. And I have one. I have one. And I never expected to. It's crazy what you'll find like for sale on the internet. We got to play up close and personal with some goats this week.
It's a goat.
And as you can see, Katana is learning what they are.
Goat. Yeah, it's a goat.
Before the end of the day, she was herding them around like a little mountain girl, like Heidi or something. Hey, so tonight I'm actually going to be foraging for our dinner because I only have eggs and cheese and no vegetables and no meat to cook tonight, so we are going to make a frittata. And I found a foraged frittata recipe that I thought would be great to try. But with that being said, I wanted to show you guys, if you have these in your backyard, the difference between a dandelion and something you should not eat. This right here, I don't know the proper term for it, but it has been referred to as false dandelion. And as you can see, there's like one stem here, but there's a bunch of like little offshoots that had created individual flowers off of that one thing, kind of like this. There's still flowers here. And it even creates, just like dandelions, the little yellow flowers, and then they turn into the fuzzy thing that blows off. But the way to tell the difference between that and a dandelion is, this is a real dandelion right here. And see how it's smooth? The leaf is. I don't know if that'll focus. Versus the off of here. See how this one has all sorts of kind of fuzzy bits, kind of like a cat's tongue or something. So see, there's that versus here, mind this, that. You see the difference? Dandelions will not have the fuzzy bits like that. And also, as far as the flowers go, dandelions are one single stalk that are hollow. If I find one, I will show you. This right here is a genuine dandelion. It's one single thing with a hollow end. See that? And the leaves are not furry. So the first thing you do is, it says to put 1 tablespoon of lard, which I don't have technically lard, I just use butter, and you saute your onions until they're cooked nice and translucent. While those were cooking, I went ahead and started chopping up the potatoes, and it says 1/8 inch thick for that. Did my best. Continue to chop some more of those, kind of try to multitask a little bit. That's how I like to do. You add in 3 cloves of garlic and saute that till it's wilty with your spinach, and you'll set that aside until you get done cooking your potatoes. So we work on that now by adding in the remaining 2 tablespoons of lard, aka for me butter, and you just kind of let those potatoes cook down. It says for about 10 minutes until they're lightly brown and a little bit soft. And then they'll go in the oven later, so don't worry if they're not completely soft. And that just took a little bit of time. Forgot that I pre-salted and peppered the potatoes before I threw them in the skillet. I don't know if I showed that part or not. And then what I did was add a beverage and Then I was getting ready to do the part where I get 8 large eggs, and I had to proof the eggs first since they are homegrown, make sure that they were fine. And we had like 2 sets of double yolkers on these. My chickens are like working overtime lately. And then you're going to add in a third cup of milk with your eggs, and then, do some more salt and pepper. Um, and then you're going to put in about a fourth cup of Parmesan cheese, which I'm going to have to shred some of that up so it's nice and fresh. And then you'll add that in with your egg mixture and whisk all that together till it's combined. And then add back in your onions and your spinach to the egg and milk and cheese mix. And then you'll just pour that over on top of your potatoes and stick that in the oven. You cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees, and it turned out gorgeous. My family loved it until I told them that there was dandelions, and then they had a problem with it. Just FYI, they did not have a problem with it about 5 minutes before I said that. Here we are at a pumpkin patch doing the corn maze, which is always a favorite, and having a few sweet moments with each other.
I've loved this year.
You love this year?
Yeah.
All right, so this is one thing that we are going to do up here in our front garden area. Now that we know that our cucumbers and sunflowers are not coming up, we're prepping it to be fabulous for next year, and we're going to turn this into our bulb bed. So this year we got 4 different kinds of bulbs that we're going to add into it. We have these giant alliums. I've always wanted some of these. We have some beautiful narcissus, basically daffodils, and they are double flowering.
And I'm going to fill a hole.
And we have tulips and more daffodils that we're going to put into this bed here. And yes, and then Connor showed them, and then we got this so that we can drill the holes down to put our bulbs inside of. I think this is every almost 10-year-old little boy's dream job, is to have permission to drill giant holes in his mom's flower beds, and he did an excellent job. After we got done doing this, we literally got a call to go fishing with some friends. So we got to go on that adventure, and Connor caught 2 little fish at the same time. Lucky little boy. And then Katana was so enamored with the fishing pole, she didn't catch anything, but had to end this video with this gorgeous, gorgeous view of the mountain. There's a lot of wakes going on, so the boat's really rocking, but this is what Washington State is all about, is the mountains and the pine trees and just beauty like this. Thanks for joining us this week and seeing what adventures we've gotten into. If you're a seasoned forager or even a new timey forager, what was the first thing that you picked off the ground and thought, I'm going to try that? I would love to know. And if you've made a recipe with dandelions or any other backyard weeds and turn them into groceries, I would love to know a recipe you tried with them. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed week, and we will see you next Sunday.